You're fired.
Well, another Islamist online bozo eruption, another victory for independent media, specifically Rebel News. Now, you may recall that earlier this month, we brought you the incredibly disturbing story of Sammy Allouba. We were tipped off about Allouba by our friends at Leviathan. You see, Allouba goes out of his way to convey hatred against certain groups of people. All the while, he glorifies designated terrorist groups and individual terrorists who tend to massacre those aforementioned people. Disturbingly, Allouba was working as a station attendant with Air Canada at Toronto Pearson International Airport. And we were told that Allouba routinely unloads baggage from inbound and outbound aircraft. As well, his duties include performing general aircraft maintenance. Now, good golly, Miss Molly, what could possibly go wrong? By the way, here's a smattering of Allouba's online pithy prose. For starters, Allouba openly calls for the elimination of almost 10 million Israelis. He'd like to see that carried out by the Iranian regime, even though the mullahs in Tehran seem to have their hands full at the moment, but never mind. Allouba also states he's a proud supporter of designated terrorist groups such as Hamas and Hezbollah. He even praises Yahya Sinwar, the terrorist mastermind responsible for the October 7th, 2023 massacre in Israel. Notably, it's not just Israelis and Jews Allouba hates. He has also expressed interest in seeing anti-regime Iranians murdered. Same goes for anti-Hamas Palestinians. Allouba pretty much loathes anyone that chooses civilization over savagery. Naturally, I reached out to the media relations departments of both Air Canada and the Greater Toronto Airport Authority. I wanted to know how someone so radicalized and potentially dangerous, such as Allouba, is employed by Canada's largest airline. As well, I wanted to know how Air Canada and the GTAA can guarantee the safety of passengers, given that Allouba has access to luggage and aircraft. I also came across photos online of Allouba wearing a Palestinian military combat vest. Gee, does Allouba don this apparel while on the job? Finally, does Air Canada and the GTAA conduct clearance checks for employees? Shockingly, neither Air Canada nor the GTAA could be bothered answering those very important queries. But why? It's a matter of public safety. That prompted us to pay a house call to Pearson International Airport. Our hope was to meet up with Allouba to get his side of the story. We never got that opportunity. As well, reps from Air Canada and the Greater Toronto Airport Authority declined to come on camera. Then again, when it comes to the GTAA, there's a very good reason that Pearson International is ranked as the worst airport in the world. And yes, I'm including third world airports here, folks. But this is a serious matter. The inherent potential danger of employing someone who advocates terrorism having access to aircraft and luggage is just extremely potentially dangerous. And this is not conjecture. Case in point, consider what happened on June 23rd, 1985. That's when Air India Flight 182 flew out of Pearson en route to Delhi. The flight never made it to its final destination as it blew up over the Atlantic Ocean. Bombs had been embedded in suitcases thanks to the efforts of Sikh terrorists who had access to the airline's luggage. The end result, all 329 people on board were killed, which included 268 Canadian citizens. Since Air Canada and the GTAA were giving me the silent treatment, I opted for Plan B. Pearson International is home to a division of Peel Regional Police. So it was I decided to report Allouba to the police. Here, check it out.
Do you have a pen?
I do, sir.
Okay. Yes. So it's just a general report form, so it collects the information of what to follow up with.
Okay, then.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
problem.
Officer McLean, thank you so much. No relation to Ron McLean, right?
No.
Okay.
CUC.
That's good.
No.
All right, then. You take care, sir. Bye-bye. But get this. On February 12th, I finally received an email from the Media Relations Department of Air Canada. Here's what it states, quote, "Given your interest in this matter, we would like to provide an update. We were already aware of and acting upon the unacceptable posts made by an airport employee prior to your contacting us. However, our policy is not to discuss employee issues in the media. The person in question was removed from their duties, the situation investigated, and this individual is no longer employed by Air Canada. The comfort, well-being, and safety of all customers and employees is Air Canada's top priority, and we have no tolerance for offensive or threatening language," end quote. Well, the removal of Sammy Allouba is a victory to be sure. Allouba has absolutely no business being anywhere near commercial aircraft, but Air Canada's statement, and by the way, there was no name attached to it, it does raise some questions. Firstly, I'm curious about the timeline. Air Canada states that it was aware of Allouba's reprehensible postings, but it doesn't say when the airline became aware. And how long did Air Canada continue to allow Allouba to carry out his duties? Oh, I momentarily forgot. As stated in the email, Air Canada's policy is, quote, "not to discuss employee issues in the media," end quote. Translation, even the privacy rights of an Islamist trumps public safety. Unbelievable. Secondly, my original email to Air Canada asking for comment was sent on February 2nd. Why did it take until February 12th, 10 days later, to get a response? And to think these guys deal with jet propulsion? But as we have seen with so many other companies that have employed Islamists engaging in their own online bozo eruptions, standard procedure seems to be the following. 1, look the other way. 2, hope nobody notices. 3, if somebody does notice, then get rid of the hater to avoid receiving a PR black eye. Incredible. This happens time and time again. This is nothing short of shameful, as well as a gross dereliction of duty. As for Allouba, I guess he'll have to fall back on his other job. He's an aspiring actor, you see. Oh, yes, here, check out the thespian in action.
Oh, thank you very much. See you guys. Good morning, everyone.
Elevate your potential
with McMaster Continuing
Education.
Now, we were told Allouba is represented by a Toronto-based agency called The Casting Solution. I reached out to the agency's principal, Samantha Rose, to see if Allouba is still on her talent roster. Miss Rose simply said, "I no longer represent Sammy." Ooh, that's gotta hurt. It should be noted that we attempted to reach out to Sammy Allouba to get his side of the story, but it appears that he has deactivated his Facebook account and his alternate Instagram account. Indeed, it would appear that Allouba has gone back into hiding from whichever cave he emerged from. You know, in this regard, there's been speculation that a sequel to the 1994 blockbuster True Lies is in the works. And given Sammy's love for terrorism, aircraft, and acting, I think there is a tailor-made role for him should the producers of True Lies 2 decide to reshoot the very best scene from the original movie. Roll it.
You're fired.
Now that's entertainment. Hey folks, have you had it up to here with the hatred and the chance for genocide we have seen in the streets of our great Dominion for more than 2 years now? And to think so many of these people aren't even Canadian citizens. They're here on a visa, they're international foreign students and so on. Well, we've got to put our foot down. if you are coming into our country and breaking the law and chanting for genocide and displaying swastikas and all the rest of it, you got to go. Folks, can you please go to our online petition, deporthamas.com. That's deporthamas.com. Please sign our signature, and if you're able to, kindly make a donation so that Rebel News can continue to bring you the other side of the story.